morning. I am Brittany and I'm coming to you live from Mouse River Players Community Theater, where we have some exciting updates coming to our exterior. So I'm just going to walk us around the side of the building so we can get a look at what we've got going on today. This project started a couple of weeks ago, getting some base work done. I want to take a look at our mice who are currently at play. So as you can see, we've decided to give our alleyway a facelift. And this facelift is, it's going to take some seriously dedicated man hours. But we felt that it was important to kind of beautify our space and make our exterior as inviting as our interior. I'm going to come over to Tim, who was kind of the mastermind behind starting this project, just to get a feel from him about why he decided this was the right time and why it was so important to get this started. So I'm going to interrupt your painting.
Yep.
All right, he's hard at work getting one of the first colors down on our wall. So here we are with Tim. Tim, what was the inspiration behind making the decision to go ahead and start this painting project on our wall?
Well, decided that we've been in this building now for over 10 years, and we've worked very hard on the inside, and we've wanted to brighten up the outside. And the idea of coming up with a mural that represents us in a light that is really positive and giving us a lot of color on the outside of the building to help attract folks to our location, as well as giving the flair of the building, giving people that incentive, that know that they know it's theater inside and it's going to be fun and it's going to be entertaining and good.
Wonderful. Now, there's been a lot of painting going on in Downtown Minot recently. Did that inspire you to get this project started?
Yes. There's been a lot of different murals painted on walls and things like that. And I kind of picked up doing some painting in a smaller scale on canvases and things like that, and realized that I might be able to make this work and pull it off and get make it what people want to see on the side of our building, not only for our patrons but also for the people who come here and volunteer and help us out with all the different things that we do with the theater, from working backstage and building sets to the actors, to the people who run the operation of the theater, because the theater doesn't run by acting alone. We have to have people who are dedicated and actually know what they are and be able to work off script.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So anything else you'd like to add about this project, or are you ready to get back to painting?
Well, I am ready to get back to painting, but I would like to say that if you want to come on down and take a look and see how the progress is going, you're more than welcome. You know, when you come by, honk your horn and we'll wave, and we'll be happy to see you. If you want to stop in and try your hand with a brush a little bit, we won't mind that a little bit too. So, you know, it's up to you, but come on over and be ready for a really good family-oriented season this year. It is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, and we'll get a chance to talk a little bit more about our season at the end of this video. But the next person that I want you to get to meet is Courtney, who is our designer. She put together the template for what we are going to be painting on the building. Let's see if we can get some better light. There we go. So you're gonna have to just kind of look down on us, but that's okay. So I've got Courtney here. She designed our mural. And Courtney, what was the process like to come up with a design for our mural?
Well, Tim came to me and said, hey, we're gonna put a mural on the wall. And I went, oh, we are?
A little bit overwhelming, I will admit.
Yeah, to come up against, well, our mural is going to wind up being about 22 by 16 feet. But the building, when we first came up to it, it's closer to 30 feet tall. And that was what our initial prediction was for the size of things. But safety first was definitely our idea. And when we started putting down our initial coats of paint for a background, realized we were going to need to shorten things up. But that's okay, because it's still going to be a really awesome, large image to have. coming down from, as you pass by M&H and Central Campus on your way down to what used to be the Eagles building and whatnot, and the Parker Center, you'll be able to see us on that right-hand side and really get a look at it. The design process was, we had several years ago, there was kind of a joke coming around about we had a couple of guys who were doing a lot of construction in our building by the seat of their pants, and we came up with a little logo for them. It was a little mouse who was hanging by the seat of his pants with a hammer, and we thought this was a really good opportunity to get him up so that people can really see him. So mice are definitely featuring in the design. Perfect. And we're trying to show...
Oops, someone's car alarm is going off.
Oh dear. Well, this is live theater. I guess we're going to have to improvise, right? So we're trying to show the different aspects of theater as well. So we've got some acting things. We've got the tech side. We've got stage managing, directing, all featured on here. Kind of seeing a whole big scene that's happening on the screen.
So basically, if you come down and volunteer for Mouse River Players Community Theater, you will see yourself on our mural because we're making sure we cover all aspects of the theater. I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera around because I think that Courtney's going to give us a little sneak peek. All right, let's take a look at this.
All right, so what we did to make sure that we're really accurate about how our mural goes up on the wall, we broke it down into... Whoops! Someone really wants to be featured on the camera. We've broken it down into 2 foot by 2 foot squares to be able to follow along. And so we've got little pieces that tell us what we need to have in each one of those squares. And I can give you a really quick sneak peek at what's going on there. See if you can see it really fast as it goes by. Woo!
All right, so we've definitely got an actor mouse in there. I definitely saw him when she flipped through there. And then we do have a couple of tech mice, which is going to be really nice. How long do you think this is going to take to finish?
We're hoping that it's going to be a one weekend project, that we'll be able to get it done over today, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, we'll see though. And hopefully we can at least leave it in a state where people can take a look and get a little bit of an idea each time that we leave for the day. So
perfect.
Stay tuned.
So do come down, visit our mural, take a look at our progress. I will be posting additional photos throughout the day to kind of keep you updated on what's going on. We have one more stop that we need to make because we discovered that our sign above our doors was kind of falling apart, and so one of our very dedicated volunteers, Lynn, has decided to take it upon herself to kind of spruce up that sign again so that it looks really nice. So I'm going to come over and we're going to take a look at the sign and just kind of get a feel from Lynn about what she's doing. So Lynn, do you want to tell us what's the process to get this sign looking nice so that we can put it back up and have something to be proud of up there?
Well, quite a few years ago, this sign was created and donated by Magic Man Productions, and we were very grateful that they were able to give us something that could at least give us something that showed where our theater was. Unfortunately, over time, since the way it was made was with laminated tape, it's come loose, and so consequently, it looks really terrible. So what I'm doing is taking off any of these pieces that are laminated but still loose, and then I'm going through and making a retrace of the letter, and then taking some black paint and painting it in so that we have a slightly more attractive sign, at least for this year. Ultimately, we would like to get enough contributions from people to be able to actually purchase a marquee sign, but those are pretty expensive, and we've got a lot of other things in the building that need to be done first, so I'm just doing the spruce up.
All right. So the sign that our patrons have grown to come and know and love is going to look exactly the same when it's all done, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll look exactly the same. You'll be coming right home. We're just going to have it looking a little bit nicer for you. Now you mentioned that there are some projects that are going that need to go on inside the building, outside the building. What are some of those projects that maybe need to be accomplished?
Well, obviously one of our first important things is we really are having trouble with our sound system, because the way it was originally linked, it was linked into some of our electrical, and to make our electricals better, we need to upgrade, but to do that we have to upgrade the sound system. To upgrade the sound system we have to upgrade something else. It's A plus B plus C. An ongoing project that I'm directly involved in is keeping the costume department in good upkeep. We still need more racks built, more shelves built. We need lots of shelves built downstairs. We have an entire room that became flooded because there was a leak in one of the pipes on the street, and it seeped into our wall, and an entire, all the plaster of one of our walls completely sloughed off onto the floor, and now we've got big gaping holes. Those have to be repaired and fixed.
So we have several pretty major projects that need to be worked on, and these are all things that we do try and work on during our season and during our off season. So if you ever have the desire to come down to volunteer at Mouse River Players, I guarantee that we can find a job for you to do. If you know somebody, or you are somebody who's really good with sound equipment, or you really know a lot about how to fix drywall or plaster, we would love to have your expertise come down and give us a hand. All right, thank you so much, and I'll let you get back to working on this beautiful sign. Okay, so we're going to wrap up our first ever live video, but before we do, I do want to give you just a quick rundown of our upcoming season. As Tim said earlier, this season is definitely more family friendly, and it's geared to really kind of be a place where everyone in your family can come and enjoy live theater. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around, and we'll walk through our season. So our season opener is going to be A Year with Frog and Toad. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, we did have to cancel The Wedding Singer. But A Year with Frog and Toad is going to be a great show to open our season. Very family friendly. Definitely toe-tapping songs and dances with characters that many people will know and love from their childhood, because it is based on the books by Arnold Lobel. Our next, got some motorcycles going by. Our next show is A Christmas Carol, based on the Charles Dickens story and adapted by Kevin Newhart. This is a great story, very classic, and a wonderful adaptation. Definitely worth bringing your family to. It's got opportunities for kids to act as well, so keep that in mind if you've got some little ones who are interested in being on stage. Our January show is The Odd Couple, but with a twist. It's the female version, so still by Neil Simon, but instead of the Unger and Madison being men, it's two women. So everything's just kind of been reversed a little bit for this one, but still just as funny as the original. Our March show is going to showcase our children. It is Orphan Train by Orrin Harris. We did this show a few years back. It was a great success. It has a lot of great tie-ins to the history in Minot. It is based on the orphan trains that did come through in the early 1900s. So definitely one to check out, and very family friendly. Lots of opportunities for both adults and children in the cast. And then we close our season with 12 Angry Jurors by Reginald Rose. This is 12 Angry Men, so many people are familiar with the movie. The difference is that with 12 Angry Jurors, we're able to cast both men and women into the roles, so we won't have an all-male show. So this one's probably going to be the one I would be most cautious about bringing your family to, but there's nothing in it that's going to make it impossible for your family to come. Just use your own discretion. That's my recommendation. I hope that you guys have also been seeing that we have auditions coming up for A Year with Frog and Toad. So those are going to be July 30th and 31st and August 1st from 7 to 8:30 right here at Mouse River Players. You just need to come ready to do some cold reading and with a prepared song from a musical or a similar style that you can sing to either an audio track or you can sing a cappella. There'll be a little bit of movement going on as well during the auditions, but nothing to worry about. So those are coming up at the end of July and the beginning of August. So I hope to see you all there. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to talk about. Let's just come up and take one last look at where we are with our mural, and we will sign off. So we'll flip her around. All right, and those two little mice are back hard at work to make sure that this mural gets finished, hopefully by the end of the weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed our first ever live video.